asked. Alors, for many reasons. One of them is her eyes, always looking at us wherever we go. She will be following us with her eyes, so it creates more contact and with more than any other religious painting. When someone is looking at you, so it attracts your own look. And something else which is famous is her smile, a mysterious smile that we don't know exactly what it expresses. Many things were said about it. Said that while the lady was being painted, she was surrounded with musicians, so listening to music and smiling. Also said that the lady was pregnant and that smile expressed the new life she had in her, the mystery of life. Also said she was smiling, but she was not pregnant, so who knows, so we don't know exactly, and we don't even know who the lady was. Officially, the wife of a very rich Florentine merchant called Mr. Giocondo, and it's the reason why we call it Joconde, from her husband's name, Giocondo. We call her Joconde, but you call her from her Christian name, Mona Lisa. So, but in France, if you say Mona Lisa to some people, they will not know what you mean, Mona Lisa. And Joconde, la Joconde, we say, yes. And afterwards it was said it was not at all that lady, but a man who was represented.
Yeah,
because Leonardo da Vinci was said to be homosexual. And it was said it was a friend of his that he had represented with some transformation, you can guess where. Maybe we can move a little bit forward like this, you won't be bumped all the time. And then it was said it was a self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci. So who knows? And it's maybe all this questioning which made this painting become so famous. Because we don't know much about it, but people always try to find the truth, and they said, I found documents, I know whom she is, so always spoken of in the course of the centuries and never forgotten like this. And she even became famous after it was stolen. So you see, it was not a question of quality or anything, it's because it was stolen and it became so famous, I'm afraid. It was in 1911, stolen by a keeper of the palace, who said he couldn't sleep without her in his bed. So there it was found under his bed, And it had disappeared during 2 years before they found it again. And during those 2 years, it was at all the front pages of all newspapers in France and in many other countries, and it was very much spoken of, and it became very, very famous then. And it's painted on wood. It's not a canvas, it's a piece of poplar wood. They often painted on wood in those days because they thought it would last longer than canvases, which were not so well made. And painted from 1503 to 1506, so very early 16th century, and painted in Italy, but brought here to France at the end of the painter's life. Because the painter Leonardo da Vinci was invited to France at the end of his life by a French king, Francis I. And when he came over, he brought some of his paintings with him, and especially Mona Lisa, which was bought afterwards from the painter by the French king. And not stolen like all Italians say. They would like to have it back, of course, So they say we've stolen it, but it's not true. It was paid for. Don't ask for the receipt, but we keep it anyway. Because it attracts about 9 million visitors a year to the museum. So you see, we have to keep it.
Yeah.
And in this room, sorry.
Painting on the wood, though, were they not afraid of the wood rotting?
Yes, they protect it well with layers, you see, of different varnishes, etc. But canvas was even worse, in those days. Now they have to restore them, to protect them well, you see. And you see the panel all around her. It was built about 3-4 years ago, full of technology. You see, full of security alarms. She is now behind the glass, which is bulletproof. Behind that glass she has air conditioned. The air is filtered. They control the humidity, the vibration, you know. So she has the best condition one painting could ever have, you know. So she can go on smiling at us, you know, for quite a long time. You see, all by herself, in that big panel, you see, very well protected.
How was this museum effective during World War II when the Germans?
Yes, they nearly moved all the works of art, you see, and especially the most important ones, because the Germans had taken some
Right.
and sent to Germany, and after the war they succeeded to get them back. But all the masterpieces like Mona Lisa and even the big statues, Venus of Milo, Winged Victory, were transferred to the south of France, the free zone,
Right.
and hidden in some castle,
Right.
you see, in the basement.
Okay.
But there were trucks, you see, with all the works of art, you see, trains also to move them out. There is a film which is called The Train, which is about that story, which is quite
I don't get that. I like that.
And here you see the largest painting in the museum by another Italian artist called Veronese. We only have Italian painters from the 16th century all around us here. So we'll go a little bit closer.